2020. Why this date? Certainly it's not my birthday for sure, but any wild guesses?
Lockdown. Lockdown.
Yes, bingo. This is the day that marks the point from where our lives changed forever. I don't know if for better or what, but it did change. This was the date when our Honorable Prime Minister announced the first ever lockdown in our country. The first lockdown added a lot many things to the list of our new normals, working remotely being one such new normal. It's not that this concept was inexistent before that, it's just that during the pandemic and the post-pandemic period, things got a little escalated. This thing got popularized more than ever before. So yeah, hello everyone, I'm Urvashi Baid. Hope you all are keeping well. I'm actually assuming you people are keeping well, ignoring the fact how hungry we all are at the point.
Very.
So here I am to discuss the various pros and cons of working remotely. Now just try to visualize to whatever I say, fine? So I'm working from home. When I'm working from home, my bed is my workstation. My dining table is my meeting room. Half dressed, I'm sitting here for a meeting. In the backdrop, there are two most perilous brothers in this entire world in a 2 BHK house with another two most not so compatible maids who are like poles apart, that too working together. And see, in
Good,
simple
yeah.
words, this is me when I'm working from home.
Nice, yeah.
So when we think of working remotely, we can easily image a picture of a new sleek laptop paired with a double latte or maybe a flat white in a downtown based coffee shop somewhat in a metropolitan area, right? But that's not what it is. There's a lot more to it. So let's just dig into it. Beginning with the positive side of working remotely. First and foremost, we have flexibility. So this sort of arrangement becomes handy when you feel your personal life requires a little extra attention from your end. Maybe for the purpose of having some errands to do or dropping off or picking up your kids from the school, having your dog walk multiple times a day, or maybe giving that some little extra time to your family. Remote workers believe that they can manage both, attending meetings as well as preserving some good time to get their personal work done. Which brings us to the next benefit of working remotely, that is productivity. It comes as no surprise that these remote workers turn out to be more productive than the usual workers. Any guesses for the reason? The reasons are very basic. Girls and boys. Okay, so these people are not exposed to the one-on-one distraction that we people suffer. They don't have the work stress or the timelines or the manager pinging or banging their phones and doors. That's the reason why they are in a better way to concentrate over their work. The next is a very beautiful outcome of working remotely, which is greater accessibility for those with disabilities. Now, more than ever, I believe it has become important on our part to accommodate these people to the normal work areas. Now, to install capacities like wheelchair accessibilities or installing braille all over the office involves huge expenditure. By making them work remotely, we are not just reducing these expenses to a great extent, but we are allowing them to show increased participation in the normal working area in their comfort zone. Next is better work-life experience. I doubt if people would agree with me over here, but I'll tell you why. See, when you're working from home, you kind of have more control over your lives. You are not in a rush to catch a train or reach office on time. You need not get stuck in the traffic or need not carry those bulky, heavy files along with your laptops, chargers and whatnot. You can also have your Kit Kat break anytime you feel like, or you can just simply spend more time with your family. All this summed up together definitely increases and improves your work-life balance. Last but not the
May
least,
25,
no
bro,
dress
May
code.
25.
Obviously, who who loves like dressing up to work every day,
Amazing, yeah.
especially over the places where they have like this proper rigid formal attire to be followed? Look, I mean, I get that people would love to, live a lifestyle of Harvey Specterish thing where they want to, boast around and flex their customized suits all around the office, but that's not how you see yourself in the long run, is it so? Of course not, right? So yeah, these were the positive aspects. Now moving on to the other side. What you see right now is my front profile. Beautiful, isn't it? I know I'm beautiful, guys. So, what you've seen till now is just the good side or the beautiful side of working remotely. Let's move to the other side of it. Let's discuss the cons that are related to working remotely. First and foremost, communication sees too many gaps. So when you're working from offices, it's easy for you to approach the people and the colleagues around in case you want to discuss something in person with them. But in the absence of proper communication in remote teams, this is likely to bring a halt to your aim of team collaboration. Next, hard to remain focused. Are you also one of those who gets easily distracted with the social media, latest news, memes, or maybe Sharma ji ke bete wala gossip and all of that? If you're the one, you're one like me. I easily get distracted, and so what happens is that when you're working from office, you naturally feel obliged to put your priorities straight. Remote workers these days are prone and exposed to the threat of this feeling of laid back attitude or this habit of procrastinating, which I believe can be detrimental to their professional lives. Next, privacy concerns. Remote workers generally prefer places like coffee shops or libraries to work. The Wi-Fi security structures are not ideal here. It's not capable of protecting the intellectual property that the organizations own. And hence, here, the data getting stolen becomes a real big problem. We need to have cyber laws, very rigid cyber laws here in place in order to prevent this problem. Last but not the least, feels less social. Human, being a social animal, needs to have some sort of social life, right? So when you're working in office, you tend to interact with your bosses, juniors, colleagues, peers, all those coffee pe charcha wala groups and all of that. But in the absence of physical interaction, I barely believe we have a social life to live. So as you can see, working from remote is not meant for everyone. But basis the discussion we have just had right now, I believe the positive side kind of overweighs the negative side of it. That's the reason why companies these days are switching to this mode of working. Be it Google, Twitter, GitHub or Glassdoor. All of them cannot be wrong at the same point of time, right? I hope you guys were not expecting a clear verdict or winner from my end. I definitely know what is my cup of tea. It's your turn to find what is your cup of tea. So just evaluate and live through these experiences, try out both the options, and certainly you will find the one best fit for you. Thank you so much.